Very interesting. We broadcasting live from the Bodega on Smith. Good looking Kenny. My man's over here, Peabody. I got my man, the assassin, Ryan Wilkie. What's up?
Hey.
What's up, fellas? What's going on, baby?
Hey.
What we doing, baby?
You know.
What we talking about?
Recapping.
Recapping?
I thought we were talking sports. Is that what we? All right. What do we do?
Recap. Like the youngins say, cap. Football this week, man. What's going on?
Open week NFL.
Like college was last week, but now it's official. The NFL, nothing went according to script.
Nope.
Nothing whatsoever. I don't got my picks. I left my picks at the shop. I wish I had my picks so I can see how much of a jerk off I am. But yo, can you feel the energy? Can you feel the realness, baby? You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? NFL. Thursday night was, but then when Sunday came, man. Oh,
Yeah, you're
right
still
now.
hype. He's still
Look
hype.
at me, baby. Look at my joint.
Going.
Yo, I was hyped up. I was hyped up all the way up until 4 o'clock. And then I was like, come on, man. Are you kidding me? But we're going to dive into that. What's going on with you, P? Personally, what's going on?
Why you always asking personal
Because
questions?
that's how we do it.
I just had
you know?
a doctor's appointment. Just had.
What happened? Did you get the 1-2 lickety split?
I got the 1-2.
How'd that go?
He didn't even buy me breakfast. I was disappointed.
Not even a 2-piece biscuit?
No, nothing.
He didn't even take his number down.
Did you know that was coming, though?
Yeah, it comes every year. Annual tradition.
So you're feeling the wind blowing right now. Anyway, the other man that be working like a slave.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Hey, you know. Same as always.
Yo, I'm gonna ask you to cut the check soon, man. Every time I'm talking to you, you're like, yo, I was over here for 8 hours. I was over here for 3 hours. What's going on with you, man?
Yeah, you know, just trying to keep that bread up. I try to recruit you every place I go.
Nah,
you know?
man, I can't do that late night stuff.
Can't do the
no
late
more,
night.
man.
4
No
o'clock,
way.
you turn into a pumpkin.
That's
He's
it,
old.
baby.
He is old.
Well, we know I'm old, but I ain't that old. I'm up there. I'm on the other side. I'm on the back nine. Is that what they call it, the back nine? But we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back after these music messages or whatever. I'm gonna try and get the music going. Come back, Kings, baby. I'm gonna do it like Benny the Butcher, your boy Conway, and they be like, "Doo, doo, 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 doo." Anyway, we back. I know I'm a little loud. Yeah, let me clear my throat. This is a special shout out to my girl Coco. Coco, I call her Coco Golf. Is it golf or golf? Golf?
Golf, I thought.
I call her Coco Cuff. Because she was cuffing cats this weekend. Big up to Coco. I appreciate you. Sayonara. Congratulations on the U.S. Open. Who's the dude? Djokovic. I'm going to give you your props too, but right now it's about
You beat
Coco.
Nadal.
It's about Coco.
Why is it about Coco? That seems very racist to me.
It's not racist. Coco. I love Coco. I look Coco. I'm Coco. It's about Coco.
Yeah.
You know? But speaking of representing the United States, what's up with your boys, Ryan, man? What's up with the I was wrong was it 2 weeks ago or last week? Because I thought that they were eliminated last week, but they weren't. So they had a couple more games to go.
We should have seen it coming.
That was the
We
writing
should have
on the
known.
wall.
We should have known.
Okay.
But I think, like we said, we're not fielding our best team out there, and it's just a different world now. We're never. I don't know. Maybe this is the last time we see it for a while.
Who'd they lose to?
Canada. This ain't hockey.
Oh,
This ain't-
Canada.
This ain't hockey. This is the basketball. We lost to Canada.
What happened? Let me hear something.
I don't
You just
know.
think, you think that's just it?
I just think that there's more pride in taking that home to any other country than the United States can generate.
How
and
old is the FIFA?
and the way that the money plays in and everything like that, the risk reward, like it's just not there.
So it's back
you
to
know,
what
like,
we are initially were talking about.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the World Baseball Classic. It's more
same.
important
Yep.
to these other countries, these smaller countries, than it is to the guys that are getting paid big bucks for their team.
So
You're going against these guys. It's these guys' Super Bowl every time.
so
you know?
what? Okay, so what's is it a solution to this, or you think it's just gonna always be like this?
I think this is where David Stern wanted to grow the game to. You know what I mean? You're at a point where basketball has grown to a global level, and everybody is trying to take that chip home. And I just think there's more of a drive with the people who are from less fortunate places to go and get that and go and take it and do that for their nation. Whereas here, everybody's chilling.
Listen.
Everybody's
And let's just put it this way: it's basketball's the cheapest sport you could play.
Yeah.
I mean, you just need a hoop and a ball, and one person can bring a ball, and 10 people can show up.
Well, how important is the FIBA? No, I don't.
It's new, right? It's because I don't.
If this was the Olympics, I think it would be
The
different.
problem to us is
No?
the NBA Finals is our championship. World Series is a baseball championship.
Yeah.
But these other countries look at these world tournaments, and maybe it's a soccer thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe it has something to do with the World Cup of soccer. That it's a bigger thing to them.
I don't know how it goes in soccer. Like with all these other, there seems to be so many other like tournaments that you have to keep up with in soccer. But in these national tournaments, are they putting their best foot forward? Are players choosing to play for their nations? I'm not sure, but I don't know. Have you ever seen that clip of the Joker saying, they ask him like, "Oh, is the pressure on for you?" And he goes, "Brother, I played in Serbia." And they cut to this scene in Serbia where these guys, they're jumping in the stands, they're waving the flags around.
Yeah.
Like it is a wild scene that they put out over there. It's almost like the same as the soccer with the chanting and the flags, and it's just more intense. Like I think it can be intimidating for people that go over there are used to like a tame NBA or college basketball game where there's just a few people talking trash close to the stands and you can zone everything else out. Like,
Yeah.
it's a madhouse at some of these places.
In the World Cup, when they go back to these South American countries and they lose, they die. They've been killed.
Yeah.
Oh, stop. They're still doing that?
I don't know if they're doing it for FIBA, but
Not for
I know
FIBA,
what you're talking
but-
about in soccer.
No,
yeah.
in soccer for the World Cup.
So-
When they've blown big games, they went back to the country.
Does
and-
Yeah, their
Anybody know-
houses are burnt down.
Yeah.
and
All right. Does anybody know who won the whole thing? Who was it? Is it Germany?
Germany, yeah. Germany beat Serbia.
Who's on the Germany? Who's the German squad?
Dennis Schroeder, I think, won the MVP.
MVP.
He's German?
Schroeder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's blacker than me.
I don't know.
He's blacker than the night. And he's, oh my
His middle name is Adolf.
Adolf.
That's Adolf Schroeder. He didn't know that. What, too soon?
Yeah, too soon, whatever. But
70 years too soon? I'm sorry.
wow. What?
My thing with the FIBA though, I don't care how new the tournament is, how whatever. I just wish there were more players in the U.S. that were like, who said they're playing basketball better than us?
Yeah.
Who said it? Because I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna take the
because
medal.
You're a basketball guy. That's why. You're a basketball guy.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just think maybe that dream team run when I was a kid instilled that into me, and I want to see it keep going. But I understand that it's a different game now.
But I also think it was the Olympics. This FIBA thing is not.
No.
Not yet. Anyway,
Dude,
it's still infant.
if Jordan was playing right now, he'd be playing in that game.
You think he played FIBA?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he probably would.
And I think growing up with Jordan, like who said they're doing it better than me? No, they're not. Like, and then he would just use that as motivation and go and grab that chip. Like,
Maybe. All right.
And
So
that's how you got all the Dream Team guys to do it back in the day. It wasn't the money. They didn't need the fame.
I feel like we're expanding on what we were talking about last week. I don't think you're not gonna see this, man. You're not gonna see the top dudes.
you know
You're just not.
what's crazy though too? Like, even if you go to the other basketball tournaments in the past, right? Like, you watched that Redeem Team documentary.
Yeah.
Like, it was a battle for them to win.
Yeah.
Even with Kobe, even with everybody working together, like, I'm pretty sure that game went into overtime, if I'm not mistaken. And there was like a segment of that game where they were just putting threes in each other's faces, and you were like, "Oh my god!" Like, it was. If you love watching basketball, that game is a game to watch. Like, every play, every possession, like, they are so dialed in. Like, it's what you would want. If you complain that there's no defense in the NBA, like, that game is something that you'd be like, "Wow, what a game to watch."
All right, we can beat on this all day. What's the solution? What is going to be the solution?
I don't think there is. This is what they set it out to be. Like, it's no longer the U.S.'s game. It's a world game, and if you want to take home championships like this in world events, you just have to put your best foot forward. The real pros want to go out there, or you have to create like a national team where they all play together in these tournaments together, like these other teams are, because they don't have the familiar. I can't even say that.
Familiarity.
That they have. You're not going to be able to create what the other teams have when it comes to that.
Now, this tournament, is it what, every 4 years?
Yeah.
So it's like in between the Olympics. It's kind of like the World Cup in soccer.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make FIBA into FIFA World Cup.
Well, I mean, why it's not just looped into that whole Olympic circuit anyway? Like, you should be using this as a warm up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should be seeing where you're at, where your shortcomings are against what the rest of the world is putting out, if it really is that important to you. But if you make the choice where you're like, these guys think this is the world championship, but we know where the real world championship is, and that's the NBA Finals. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you think, how can I explain this without sounding like a clown? Do you think Germany, because you have the foreign players on the NBA squads, but do you think Germany could beat who won it last year? Portland? No, not Portland. It's the squad that won it last year, not the Nuggets. Nuggets.
Nuggets.
You think Germany could beat that Nugget squad?
No.
Even if you take Jokic out of there. Is there any other foreign dudes on there? I don't think that Germany squad could beat that squad.
I don't know.
I don't think they could beat the Knicks, Miami, Philly, or Boston head up. Do you know what I'm saying? No?
Just like I don't know, man. I would tend to roll with the national team that's all played together, that know each other's tendencies, that play hard.
That's why by bringing up the Celtics or the Lakers, those guys play as a team. So that might be a lot harder to do. I can see that. I get your point with that. Because those guys play together all the time.
I don't think they could beat them.
No, probably not.
That's what I'm saying. So
I think it'd be at least more of a game than you think it would be.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, we probably wouldn't have got
especially
bounced
against
up
your boys Philly. You just get James Harden to start playing fat man hero basketball. It's over.
At least we wouldn't get bounced up by Canada.
Oh,
Canada.
But anyway. What's up with? Do you want to jump over to college, or you want? What do you want?
Yeah, go college football. Let's
talk
talk
about
about
it. Or you got something personal to get off your chest, or you want to go into the college thing?
No, that we could talk about that.
Go ahead.
The floor is yours. This is something that we brought up back in end of January, February with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give a shout out to my man Michael, the playmaker Irvin, for the redemption that he finally got for getting bounced off NFL Network for that baseless allegation that woman brought up that he harassed her, and he ended up settling the lawsuit. He sued the hotel for $100 million. And he settled because there was nothing to it.
Did he
you
get
could
paid?
buy a lot of base with $100 million.
Did he get paid?
He got paid. I haven't seen settlement numbers.
They settled the lawsuit, but they didn't disclose the.
They didn't disclose the numbers.
What do you think he got? Just throw a number.
At least half. 50.
You think he got 50 mil?
Yeah.
He is high as hell wherever he is right now.
Let me ask you this. What about the chick? You think she still works for Marriott?
No, I don't. I think they let her go before. They knew.
She's probably suing them now for something.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, she won't win, but
that's how it works.
It's just assuming.
There's a lawyer that told her we got to sue them. So.
Wow.
But it just goes to show, like, it was an allegation. There was no real concrete evidence. But the NFL Network took him off the Super Bowl coverage, before anything, and just yanked him.
And you're upset.
But they were still paying him.
I mean,
He
it's
still
like
collected his paycheck.
right around the headlines of like Deshaun Watson and all that too, right? So
Yeah.
they're just dealing with all of this sexual misconduct stuff. Like they had to make that corporate move.
Yeah, but
you
there
know?
was video right away of nothing happening in that hotel. There was witness statements, people telling him he didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? They just jumped the gun on some people. But then again, Jack Jones from the Patriots can walk in to the airport, Logan Airport, with loaded guns with extended clips, and he gets off scot-free. 40 hours community service.
If that's scot-free, he still has to do community service,
Shit,
though.
he could have been doing years in jail.
In New York, they would have cooked him.
No, the Massachusetts law supposedly are very, very strict on this, especially with the extended capacity
evidently
magazine.
they must not be.
Well, you know Robert Kraft. I'm sure it helps out a lot.
So you're saying I can go to the airport with my pistol?
If you could give the Massachusetts prosecutors reasonable doubt that you knew that was in there. Apparently, you don't have to know what's in your bags.
What's reasonable? Like
he said someone else, his girlfriend or one of his boys, could have packed it in there, and they just took it. If that was me, I'd be locked up for 10 years.
That's why you got to have a good lawyer in your life.
That's it. It's
Yeah.
about the Dove me. Wow.
It was, I don't know.
You do know. We know what it is.
We know what time it is.
But here's another thing. Is Belichick getting a little lenient in his age?
Yeah, Jack Jones would have been off the team back in the day.
He never would tolerate this. This is like the second thing that I think happened. Another guy was like missing, right?
Oh, Corral.
Yeah.
Oh, they put him on like the non-injury list or whatever. They didn't.
But
there's an exempt list.
Belichick would have cut these dudes back in the day.
Yeah.
But he can't.
He can't.
He doesn't have the talent. He can't afford to. He doesn't have Tom Brady to pick up the slack.
I'm sorry, Billy. Wow.
You gotta call a spade a spade.
Damn.
And
What's he done? What has he done since Brady left?
And this
So
is,
he's like holding on to these dudes.
and this is Jack Jones saying he got in trouble last year. Belichick suspended him at the end of last year. Like
So this is his second offense.
Yeah, and he had issues. He was involved in what, a shooting or something in
Yo,
college.
Belichick didn't used to care. He did that to was it Welker?
He benched him for like running
And
his
Welker's
mouth.
just wearing his mouth.
Mouth,
These dudes
yeah.
are packing heat and just MIA.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't. I mean, especially with the Hernandez history, you would think that like the
Yeah.
gun would be like, you gotta go. But
What is going on? It's a new day.
They never even suspended him. He never missed any time.
That's awful. But anyway, we're getting
All right.
carried away. What's up with college football? Dion?
Little prime
Your
time.
boy did it again. We did it again, Brooklyn. We did it. Yo, big up to Deion Sanders. I like his movement too. Did you see about the ticket sales? They went through the roof.
Yeah, well, why
Like
wouldn't they?
700%. They said some crazy number.
That's what half the show is about.
Are
him.
you kidding me?
yeah,
He's,
Like, you
he's
got
selling,
that many-
he's
go ahead.
selling that shit.
Wow.
I saw something that said that he like slept in the stadium the night before, so he could like see it fill up. Like he wanted
He's
to
nuts.
see it go from empty
He's nuts.
to a full stadium.
nuts.
Yeah.
$417 a ticket. Are you kidding me? To go
That's
see
cheap.
Colorado Buffaloes?
That's cheap nowadays.
Well, I
Play
guess
a college game?
I don't know.
Against
If
Nebraska?
you live in New England, you've been spending bucks to go see
still
any
got the
kind of
student
game.
Patriots,
So.
that's
Is that the student discount
Any-
price?
I don't know.
I bet that's just the average price though. So that's
No,
every-
I'm saying it went
Oh.
up.
yeah, but that's
because of
that's,
this dude.
that's everybody on StubHub spending all kinds of money to sit in the front row.
Bro, yeah.
Just
I'm sure they
blowing
still
the
have
average out of the
they
water.
still have. I'm sure half of the are still student tickets.
I don't know. I feel like cats are coming out the woodwork
Yeah, I
to
feel
see
like
this
the
now.
more like when I went to USF back in the day
Yeah.
when we first started, you could go to the games for free if you had a student ID. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like
Now they're nasty
they started
now, right?
getting better. That like right
And
as I
FAU.
was
Yep.
I was leaving, it was like no, now you don't have those benefits
Yeah,
as a student
they start
anymore. You gotta
taking it.
buy ticket
And when they
packages,
see when they see that they can get money for something,
because that's what it's all about. Why did you pay Dion all that money if you're not gonna recoup it on ticket sales and
they recouped
Merchandise.
It. They recouped
$12 beers and $40 hoodies and.
But did you guys on college? Did you watch any of the game? You didn't watch.
I didn't
any?
see.
was
I didn't
working.
see this game. No.
The first half, it looked kind of slow and sloppy to me. They look nothing like the week before. It's almost like you can see it like settling in. This is who they are. So they're going to have problems. I think they're going to have problems this week with Colorado State.
No.
I think they will. And then they got Oregon. Because that's
Oregon,
like their rival.
yeah.
They're going to have problems with Colorado State. You watch. Remember this guy? Next time we do the show, remember this. It's on tape. So I think they're going to have problems with Colorado State. And then definitely, like P would say, after Colorado State, they get into the meat and potatoes. I think they're going to have problems. But speaking of them, Bama, what happened?
It was down. They got spanked.
The score wasn't indicative of the game. Like, Texas, if you watch that game, Texas beat them from beginning to end. They beat them down. The front four for Alabama, they were getting handled. That quarterback was under duress the whole game. The whole game. And I'm like, Nick Saban, you know how he usually has like that tree where he can pick like the back. Come on in. I think he had the guy or whoever it was, but he saw that the outcome was going to be the same.
Yeah.
It was the lineman.
It's a new game with the NILs.
Yeah.
You know, that like reset the clock. So
that's what I wanted to ask you too. Can you guys explain the transfer portal to me? Can you explain it to me? I don't really understand how it works. Can you just leave whenever you want?
I don't know if it's whenever you want. If the team has to grant you access to it, or something like that. I'm not sure about the transfer portal.
You have to enter your name into that.
You know who knows about the transfer portal?
Who?
Deion Sanders. Because the whole team from last year was in the transfer portal.
That's exactly what I wanted to talk about. I didn't know he took 86 dudes with him.
Yep.
That's the team.
I don't know. Why shouldn't you be allowed to do that? Or even as the player, why can't you go play for the coach that you want to play for?
But I'm
what
saying,
is the issue?
No, but it's probably something to do with the school though. It has something to do with academics because you can't even transferring credits. I was talking to somebody. They're like, yeah, my credits here aren't the same as they are in Pennsylvania. So it has to do something probably with that. And the transition, because before I think you had to do like a waiting period, but this is something where you just put your name in it. They put it in like this thing, and then any coach can call you or get your services. Or it's weird.
Apparently,
it's like the
it can't be that
draft.
strict.
Yeah,
can't be that strict. So the whole team left.
That's what I'm saying.
What's Jackson State doing? They have no team. He went
that's my argument. Before there was like a waiting
could they even
period,
field the team?
That's
they
what
were
I'm
getting
saying.
kids from the
Yeah,
band. They're like, put the
from
tuba
Dion.
down. You're playing for the football team.
That was all created by Dion, though.
No, not the transfer portal.
No, like the want to play for Jackson State.
Yeah.
So like
he made it.
Whatever. You should have paid the guy more. You should have found a way. Or
you weren't going to stop him.
I don't know. Maybe if you want to fault Dion for anything, maybe he could have left a better structure in place for Jackson State. But if you want to be successful in your next endeavor, you're going to leave all your best soldiers at your previous spot, and those guys probably want to come with you anyway. You know,
is he obligated to do that though?
I don't know.
Apparently not.
Like
at the end of the day, it's just a job.
If I quit my job right now, am I supposed to be like, I'm going to leave the bed made for you nice and tidy? Bye. No. I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't have to. I'm not.
If you don't get your security deposit back, then...
Exactly. There's no security deposit.
Yeah, so I just don't see what the issue is. You know what I mean? I just think that if anything, I think that there should be less rules about the transfer portal. If you're not happy in the situation that you're in, you should be able to seek out new opportunities for yourself. Like what is holding you to go into this school aside from you wanting to get an education there? These guys are focused on football. They're not focused on credits for the time being. Mm-hmm. Most of these guys go back and finish their education after their playing time, you know, or they make the pros and they go back and do it in the off season. Like, credits is not the priority right now.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but you still have the school looks some kind of way because you don't want it to be about sports. Let's
but it is.
I'm not disputing that.
Yeah, because these kids aren't worried. These players aren't worried about their GPA.
I'm not disputing that, but I'm saying from an academic standpoint, you know that the professors and then all the other students are probably looking at these guys because you know it just looks crazy, man. It looks crazy. Or you get all this special treatment and blah, 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 and all you do is throw a football. I'm here busting my ass, hitting the books.
And they're going to tell them the reason your tuition isn't higher is because we generate so much money for the school. So sure, we'll get rid of the football program. We'll get rid of football, but you're going to spend 20 G's more for each year for your education.
I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying they have their argument, and then how much money was Colorado generating before Deion showed up? Unless you're one of these top schools, you can argue the money that they're bringing in.
I'm sure they weren't getting $400 a ticket.
That's what I'm saying. Before that.
Yeah, but they're not. There's a big difference between what they're saying that the tickets are averaging, and because the school's not marking up those tickets.
No.
It's the people that are buying the tickets and selling them on the aftermarket.
They know they can black market them.
Well, they're selling out the stadiums now, though.
Yeah, you sell out the stadium. You get your base price for all of that. You get everything for the merchandise, the food, the alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, you're making money. You're making a ton of money every time you have a home game.
Merchandise, imagine how much Colorado Bubbles merchandise is selling.
Trisha, I agree with you. College will support the sports regardless. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. They're gonna support it because they know the money that is coming in.
If the money's not coming in, if they'll get rid of it unless it's well, they used to do that with the women's sports. They keep the women's sports because they had to because of the NCAA rules.
Yeah.
It is a weird dynamic. I've heard somebody bring this up before. Like, if you look globally, like, no other colleges have, like, sports teams like this.
Yeah.
Like, they have clubs, you know what I mean? But they don't have, like, these semi-pro establishments, like, as a money-making generator.
Yeah, I feel like we're going down this foxhole because we could talk about this forever, about the money that they're making. But, y'all want to take a break and then come back and kill the NFL?
Sure.
All right, we'll take a quick break, baby. Comeback Kings is in the building live from the Bodega on Smith.
Nice.
Big up to my man, Kenny.
NFL Week 1, baby. It's in the book. Well, almost in the books. One more game to go.
Who's tonight?
Bills, Jets.
Oh, division.
Yeah.
Okay. What you got? Who did I pick? I don't even know who I picked. I picked the Jets. I picked the Jets, Jets. But,
Interesting first week.
Go ahead, man.
I don't feel like a lot of teams are ready.
Yeah.
I think this 3 preseason games, nobody playing. People were not ready for this.
That's a great point.
What do you mean, though, not ready? It's NFL, baby.
They weren't game prepared. They weren't up to speed. It looked bad.
Sloppy?
A lot of these quarterbacks didn't look ready. They never took a snap.
Penalties, or you're saying just physically how they look? Did they look out of shape? I don't know.
Game plans, accuracy, like being on it, it didn't look good in a lot of games. I mean, weather had some things to do with it in that Cincinnati game with Cleveland.
It was raining everywhere. It was raining like everywhere.
Yeah.
It was raining. Who looked the worst, you think? If you had to throw somebody under the bus, who looked the worst?
I'll go Cincinnati.
Ooh,
Yeah, I was gonna say that the Bengals
because
falling on their face like
you
that.
took that from me.
Because the level was supposed to be up here, and it was down at the bottom.
Okay.
You just shelled out all that dough to borrow too.
I'm gonna put the squeeze on
like
you.
2 days after he signs his contract.
Why do you think it is? Why do you think they looked so bad yesterday?
Injury to Burrow. I don't think he's fully there. Lack of playing.
Yeah.
His timing looked off. His passes were off. Weather was another thing.
You can't play if you're hurt.
Well, you can.
You can't have him playing. No, I'm saying leading up to this, you're talking about the preseason games, right? You couldn't have him running out there.
But he probably wouldn't have been playing anyway. None of these guys did.
I think they shot themselves in the foot, to your point. Like, the NFL in general, like, messing with they just keep tweaking good thing.
You had the formula.
Yeah. The 4 preseason games, the 16-game season, like,
boom.
It was all working. It was working out. And
you went and...
You're just getting greedy. Even Thursday night. How many good Thursday night games are there?
You eliminated a game, though, right?
You
took away a game.
You added a game in the season.
Oh,
you
eliminated. I forgot.
Yep.
On the back end.
And now I can't figure out people's records because it's too hard to do 17 games. They're going to be, what, 10-7?
Yeah,
10-7.
All right, we're venturing off. So, I'm agreeing with you. Cincinnati looked awful.
Yeah.
And Burrow's playing. His injury was a high ankle sprain, right? Which historically is like a lingering, hard to get over thing.
He's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's gonna. I'll say to the end of the year. And now you're running on it, they're playing on it. It's never gonna.
But I watched that. Like Cincinnati did not, or I mean Cleveland did not look bad. Like,
that's the other thing.
They were running the ball. Like Watson looked like he
D-Watt looked a little comfortable.
Had a little mobility going on. Like the defense was fired up. And I know Chase called them elves because of the new logo that they put out. Did you see the Browns' new logo?
Yeah, I did it.
Oh, I don't know who.
Do you know what that is?
But
I heard about that this morning.
What is
That's
the Browns?
It was to represent Paul Brown, the owner.
Yeah, so it's
him. It was Brownie the elf.
So that's what they're gonna have. Where's it gonna be? Like?
It was on the middle of the field.
Oh, middle of the field is nothing.
But he called them elves, and then he was like, I'm just mad that I called them elves, and then we lost
he can
to
call
the
them
elves.
all they want.
Yeah.
But you're the ones that came up short. So no pun intended, but you guys not even came up short. You didn't come up at all.
Yeah.
You looked awful.
I mean,
82 yards by Burrows.
Who looked good for the return? If you take the Final Four from last year, who came out and had a great game? Kansas City lost. The Eagles didn't look that great.
That's what I wanted. The second place that didn't look. First place is obviously Cincinnati to us. Second place to me is my squad. Now I'm gonna let you know when we do good, and I'm gonna let you know when we do bad. Hurts looked awful. The offense looked awful. The defense looked awful. But are the Patriots that good?
The Patriots played better than I expected.
Yeah.
To. But
are they that good?
No reason.
Are they that good?
Historically they have a good defense. So, were they able to game plan and find weakness after Hurts has enough tape on him now to start really looking at his tendencies? Like, they found something.
The major thing, everybody thought Mac Jones was going to be running for his life. They're down two offensive linemen, and the line's okay to begin with everybody in there.
Yeah.
And you guys, that's your strength.
I didn't see any of that yesterday.
I'm
about to get Sirianni on the horn.
Who went down on defense? Somebody was down with the C on their chest. Like they lost somebody. So
I don't know, but the game. It ran slow for me, too. A lot of the games yesterday, they ran slow for me. I'm, looking for, something crazy to happen. Even in the red zone, because they have the red zone network, there was no, really explosive stuff
There's
going on.
There's a lot of sloppy red zone plays.
Yes.
A lot of turnover, a lot of fumbles in the red zone, a lot of interceptions in the red zone.
Well, that Dolphins,
they're not ready.
Chargers game had some highlights.
Yeah.
That was dope. My boy Tyreek Hill went off. I had him. He was the highest. He gave me the most points this week in fantasy.
Yeah.
You want to talk about last night?
What happened last night?
Stop! Don't do that.
Oh.
Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Come on. Here's what I'm gonna say. I gotta bump my boys down to 3 because last night just started coming back into my brain. Giants are 2. Cincinnati won for awful squads. Let's get it correct. Awful showings in week 1. Cincinnati was 1 because of the expectations. Giants are 2. Eagles 3 for awful. Giants looked horrendous. But once again, I'm going to go both sides. Is Dallas that good? The floor is yours, Pete.
Dallas's D started off on fire last year, too.
Pause. The D started out on fire. Go ahead.
They did. Well, last year they started out. They're the ones when Dak went down. They held it together and carried that team. But their strengths go against the Giants' weaknesses. What receivers? They got Gilmore and
Shepard
and Diggs now. Are you worried about Shepard?
But he was catching a lot of those balls, right? From what I was seeing, no.
Well, a lot. He barely made it.
No, they locked him up.
They locked everybody up. And you got Diggs. If you got Diggs or Gilmore on him, are you going to worry about Shepard? No, that's why you can worry about Saquon Barkley.
So
you worry about just getting pressure
go after him.
It's 7 sacks, 8 because one got taken away by a penalty, but that shouldn't have been.
It should have been worse than that. Instead of a 40 burger, it should have been a 50 burger.
It was bad. I mean, the block kick.
How do you feel about Dak, though?
Dak didn't show me anything yesterday, but did he have to? That's the thing. It was one of those games where they just rolled. Everything was rolling.
Dak could have just did this yesterday.
Yep.
and just kicked his feet
between
up.
special teams and defense, they didn't have to do.
Wow.
So I can't judge it because
Yeah.
they weren't put in a position where they had to move the ball, but they did move the ball. They did what they had to do. Defense put them in good spots.
You think this is the D this year?
I don't know, but I'd like to wonder why Danny Dimes is making $40 million.
That's what I wanted to touch base on. Has any of these quarterbacks from last year earned that money week one? I'll say none of them. Because I'm going to run them off. Did Burrow earn his money yesterday?
82 yards? No.
Did Hurts earn his money yesterday?
Nope.
He did better. He did better than everybody else. I feel like. Well,
Did Herbert earn his money yesterday?
I mean, that game
Yeah.
was more of a shootout than the headlines are gonna give you credit. All you see is Tua and Tyreek Hill going off.
Did he earn his money though? Did he earn it? Did he earn that money? Yes. Yeah. They talking about yesterday.
I don't think you're ever gonna be able to earn that money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, stats wise,
Did Jones earn his money yesterday? Daniel Jones for the New York Giants.
Yeah, actually he did because he took a beating.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
last but not, these are all the guys
and
that
this
signed
coach
big
kept him.
money. Did Lamar Jackson earn his money? I know they won.
Yeah.
But Lamar didn't.
He have a good game now.
He got me 0 fantasy points.
Did he earn his
Woof.
money? They're shelling out. Let's keep it a stack. You're shelling out.
like $1 billion worth of
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's $1 billion worth of money, right? I'm looking right at it. And no, I don't. Week one. I know it's week one. Let me be. It's week one,
Yeah.
guys. But if I'm paying you that, I don't want to hear. If you're a boss of a squad, you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
It's week one. No. No way. None of them earn that cash, man. None of them earn that cash. I can't wait for week two.
And then you got people like Baker Mayfield throwing 2 tutties and making you forget all about Tom Brady. They're like, Tom who?
Who they play? Carolina?
Yeah, they beat
No, they beat the
No,
Vikings.
Vikings, yeah.
Tampa- was it Tampa?
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Tampa beat the Vikings.
I liked how Baker played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's always been
He was
like
like
that.
he was like running the ball, trying to pick up like first, like dropping his shoulder, making sure he got the first down and stuff. Like I was like, all right,
He's
all
like,
right.
this is my last chance. I got to do whatever
Yeah.
I got to do to keep this job.
Oh, man.
I mean, he's got a good team. Tampa's defense was playing nice.
All right.
That wasn't their issue, last year.
I'm going to put the squeeze on you, Ryan. What was the game yesterday? Who was the squad? What game? Did you catch any games? Or you just saw the Patties game?
I mean, I had the
What stood out to
I
you?
worked yesterday, so the Pats were on while I was working, and then Giants and Dallas were on while I was working. Then I watched like a bunch of recaps this morning, but
What did you see? What was the outlier yesterday? What were you like, oh, okay. Or was it all negative? Because I want to take something. I can't
Nah, I
find
mean,
nothing to take away.
you know what? I can't like. I feel like I end up like supporting my boys on other teams that used to be like Patriots. You know what I mean? So I
Okay.
saw like J.C. Jackson pulled a pick down for the Chargers and that. So that kind of stood out to me. I mean, really though, like my big storyline that I couldn't believe is that Bengals game. Like not to circle back to that.
Nah,
but
that's what we're doing.
for them to come out like that,
And look like
especially
that.
like nobody ever gives Cleveland any run. You know what I mean? Like you didn't think
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson was gonna look like that. Like I just couldn't believe that. But I just can't. I honestly can't believe the state of the Patriots either.
What do you mean?
You know, like I don't know. I miss watching Tom Brady in general. You know, like I question at this point whether or not.
Did you watch him at halftime?
I saw a little bit. I was busy at work. You know what I mean? And they didn't have the volume on either. So
Yeah.
all I really saw was a bunch of people. It was kind of hilarious if you can remove yourself from the situation. There's all these lifelong Patriots fans just for the first time in 21 years or whatever. First time in how long was Brady there for? 21 years or 20 years? Like,
Yeah.
and they're just butthurt the whole game. You know what I mean? No sense of like everything they're saying is like catch the ball. You know, everybody's just bummed out. It's just like how the mighty have fallen.
Your
you know,
boy
and
Jacoby
that's-
Myers had a good game, too.
I know. Yeah, that's the other thing I was gonna say. I like
Jacoby
how
Myers.
Garoppolo played for the Raiders, and
Yeah.
I don't know. The Raiders always seem to be a mess too. Like now McDaniels and Chandler Jones are having beef. You know, like McDaniels always has problems with the roster. He always seems to be shipping out big players. And the Raiders have done that over time too. They tend to let the coaches just
Boom.
right. They traded Khalil Mack.
So
They traded-
Russell Wilson lost, right?
Yeah.
They played the Raiders?
Yep.
Yeah. Russell Wilson, not a great game. 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. Had a good quarterback rating, but
You know who do they have? Who's like that running? Did they sign the guy from Cincinnati, Perrine?
Yeah, no, Javonte Williams is there.
Yeah, but that 1-2 that they have, like they do have a running game.
Broncos
like,
are saying.
Yeah, like they almost all the. I mean, with Russell Wilson only going for a 177, all the highlights are going to be rushing. But those guys did run the ball well.
Well, for me, the outlier, because I'm gonna let P finish it off. For me, Dallas looked crazy. And I'm a little.
Now you're worried.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm a little worried.
What about San Francisco in the NFC? We didn't talk about them beating the Steelers
yeah,
down.
San Fran.
The Steelers and the Giants are more in like the same boat,
Yeah, but that San Fran game, it wasn't like that Giants Giants Cowboys.
But finish
game.
your thought, because I like hearing you worry about the Cowboys. Finish that thought.
Here's the thing. They look crazy, and Dak didn't even do nothing. He did something, but he just was there.
Pollard had a few runs.
Yeah,
but
imagine if they show up on offense. If that defense is doing that,
and Dak never threw a pass in preseason.
I think that, I hate sounding like this because I hate the Cowboys since I was a little boy, but they could have beat anybody yesterday. I don't care who you put in front of them. They would have smacked them yesterday. And I'm saying, I'm throwing San Fran in there. I'm throwing Philly in there. They would have beat anybody.
Who had the best offensive showings yesterday? Probably the Dolphins and San Francisco,
maybe
right?
Chargers
them up against.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they also put up 40 points, right? The defense showed out like that. Well, how many points did the defense score?
Just one pick six, and then they had the block field goal for a touchdown.
Is that Dallas
going to touchdown on D and special teams?
Yeah. Is that Dallas defense beating that Miami offense? What they did? I think so.
Yeah.
I think that Dallas defense would have beat the Cleveland offense.
Tua's career would have been over if he got hit like
He would have had his other concussion. Dallas is making me nervous, man.
I mean, who's the guy that got the ring in Baltimore the last time they won? He's not like a legendary quarterback, but he just
like Brad Johnson or some crazy dude. Yeah, Dilfer.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer. So
Dilfer.
if you can get Trent Dilfer out of Dak and just let the machine go,
But I'm saying if.
And
but
Dak's
not
way more talented than those guys.
Saying. If Dak even goes a little bit and that defense does that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole same situation for me in San Fran. Sorry for my boy Rodney about his Steelers, but that was a demolition.
It was a whooping.
And all Purdy has to do is just not make mistakes and get the ball in the hands of Debo, Ayuk, McCaffrey, all these playmakers, and then let that defense just beat the hell out of you.
Wow.
He just doesn't have to screw it up, and he's and he can do that.
So is Dallas and San Fran on a crash course? Because I'm taking Philly out right now. I'm honest. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's my squad. But like you said, if we're going by this week,
it's game one.
Dallas, Philly.
I'm not getting too crazy.
Miami looked tough.
The
Browns look tough.
We knew Miami was going to be tough if
Tua
stays healthy.
The Browns look tough, and that's your rival. The Browns handled them.
I mean, if you can play defense and run the ball, that's what you need in the playoffs.
The Browns look tough. Who else? I'm trying to think of another game.
Really, you only need to look at it about divisions too, because half of these teams are never going to see each other in the playoffs. You're stuck. Like San Francisco really only has to worry about Dallas at this point, and if you throw the Eagles in there too,
boom.
You only have to worry about the top teams on your side. You only got to worry about one team from the AFC at the end of the day. So
you want to say something about Jacksonville? Because I know that's your boy.
They were looking shaky at the beginning.
They
had to turn it on.
And then he turned it on at the end.
They won by 10.
I like Trevor Lawrence.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't like him.
What?
All right.
He's had. I'm pretty sure if you look up his numbers and stuff, he's had a lot of comeback victories, and he knows how to rally the troops.
Yeah, he's an accident waiting.
He went through a thing where he never lost. He never lost a game until he got to the pros. Even in he never elementary school, college, whatever. Whenever he played, he never took a loss in organized football. And now he's been down. He's been down living under the bridge, and he's coming back up. So
I don't like the way this feels.
Yeah, but he's doing something about it instead of just wilting. I think that's a quality that you need to have as a pro quarterback.
Go ahead,
the other surprise for me.
Go ahead. We did my outlier, his outlier. What was your outlier from yesterday?
Packers and Jordan Love. I was surprised he was that good. Wow. Now I don't think a lot about Fields. I understand he's a great athlete.
Yeah.
But he never, even last year.
I didn't get the catch any of that.
Yeah, it was 38-20.
So he handled them.
He wasn't that accurate. He was 15 for 27, but he had 3 touchdowns.
Who's the receivers over there in Green Bay? Who is he throwing to? I don't understand.
I think the main rookie was out. Christian Watson, I don't think didn't
he was
play.
out because I got him on
Romeo
fantasy.
Doubs might have been sick,
Aaron
and I don't know if
Jones,
he played.
Luke Musgrave, Jaden Reed, Romeo Doubs had 4 catches but only 26 yards.
And he's making them look crazy.
Aaron Jones had 2 catches for 86.
And he's making them look crazy. Wow. So you're saying Green Bay.
Look at they won the game running the ball. That's what they did. Jordan Love just took care of business, like we were just talking about.
Wow. So let's jump over to the top. We're gonna do picks real quick. Yeah. Top 5. We're gonna do our games, obviously. We'll do what? Who is it? Who are we playing this week? I don't even know who Philly's playing. Who the Patriots got this week?
Hold on, I'll pull it up.
I don't know. I was so focused on talking about week 1, I haven't looked at week 2 yet.
All right,
we gotta do picks.
Eagles and the Vikings Thursday night.
That should be a good game. We actually got a quality game on Amazon Prime on Thursday night.
I'm gonna write it down.
You got a short week there.
I hate doing this.
I mean, so do the Vikings are coming off a tough game,
Vikings
too.
lost, though, right?
Yeah.
And we won. I'm still going with Eagles. We own the Vikings. I'm going with Eagles.
You can't play worse.
I know. I hope not.
Wow,
the Vikings are going to come out fired up.
This game's in prime time. This is not Kirko's time.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not.
That's
Kirk Cousins. Kirko. He's a daytime. He's like you. When 4 o'clock comes around, he's like, I gotta get to bed.
I gotta get my nap.
I've been up for too long.
That's 7 points against the spread right
now. Yeah, eat birds all day.
Okay, who you got, P?
Eagles. Yeah.
Eagles. All right, we all got Eagles. We agree on that. Who's next? We got the next game. We gotta do the patties.
Yeah. Well, you want to do all of them or just focus on a few?
Just do a few.
All right.
Because I know people are getting drunk. But go ahead.
What else we got here? Good matchups. Chiefs, Jaguars.
Ooh.
Chiefs gonna have to bounce back.
I got Chiefs.
Will Kelsey be back?
I got Chiefs if Kelsey and they gotta sign the other dude.
Chris Jones. How is he sitting up in the box at the game?
Yeah, that's
watching?
A bad look.
That's a horrible look.
I don't know, but
I think he's getting traded. I don't think he'll come back from that.
I don't know, but I got them this week.
I'm not gonna play, but I'm gonna show up to the game.
Like, is this a down year for the Chiefs? Is the locker room now divided because of all this? Everybody's too worried about that paper, not worried enough about the team.
I don't know, because they paid Mahomes like 2 years ago. If that was the time,
he took a supposed team-friendly deal though.
500.
Because I seen a lot. It's something about like how the contract pays out. There's still meat on the bone for them to spend on players. There's a bunch of memes going around of like Patrick Mahomes looking mad, and it's like when you took a team-friendly contract and Jones just won't sign the deal. Like,
well, that's the same thing with Brady all those years.
Yeah,
he kept taking team-friendly deals, and
they're making crazy decisions on people that they signed. Don't even get me started.
We can't keep Wes Welker.
We should have 10 Super Bowls.
Relax, you're getting a little greedy. You're getting a little greedy. All right, I got Chiefs. Who you got?
I got Chiefs if Kelsey plays and Kadarius Toney doesn't touch the ball.
Who you got, Robert?
That's true about I'm taking the Jags. I'm rolling with Trevor Lawrence.
You are.
Show me.
Sunshine.
Yeah.
Okay.
The toughest thing to do in sports is to repeat as champions.
Okay.
Right? And then I think second to that is to be the loser of the Super Bowl and get back to it.
Yeah.
So these guys are down statistically, they're up against it.
They're against the wall.
Season, so.
But go ahead. What's the next game?
49ers Rams.
I got Niners.
So
After what I seen yesterday.
Yeah, the Rams looked good yesterday.
Yeah, the Rams did surprise me. Like I wrote them off as like a garbage team, but they look good. That rookie Puku something, that's the fantasy pickup on the waiver wire.
Oh, you're giving away secrets right
Wait a
now.
minute, wait a minute.
You better go get him.
Hold on a second.
You're not gonna get him unless you got the first claim.
Let me put my waiver wire.
And you're just gonna you skip over.
P-Mike can get him if he
wait.
lost. But I got Niners. Who you got? Who got what?
Nah, I gotta go Niners after the way they looked.
I'm taking Niners too.
Okay.
But I can't be skipping this. That's my other squad.
Who?
The Bucks and Bears.
Yeah, the Bucks and Bears. Woo!
Nobody cares about that.
I'm taking Baker then. We'll just throw it out there. I'm taking Baker.
Yeah, that's probably an easier game
I'm
anyway.
taking
Like
Baker.
after what Justin Fields put on
I'm
tape
taking
yesterday,
Baker.
I'm
I'm
taking
taking
Bucks
Baker.
on that.
Yeah, Bucks.
Their defense looks great.
I can't believe I'm taking the Bucks, but yeah, Bucks.
I'm
Two
taking
weeks in
Baker.
a row.
They're going to be in the mix at the end. I'm telling you.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, that
But
division
that division's
sucks.
kind of boo-boo.
Yeah, no, it's like a perfect storm
If they can
brewing.
get
Yeah.
to 500, they get a chance.
That division's boo.
They should sweep the division.
Hey there, boo-boo. All
All right. What else we gonna do? Jets, Cowboys.
Hey.
We'll see what the Jets do tonight, but
I'm going Cowboys all day.
it's
I
at
hate
Dallas.
it.
Season opener at Dallas.
Yeah, they're gonna come out ready, and maybe Dak. If Dak even shows up a little bit.
This is a tough game to pick because we
But
haven't seen
wait.
what the Jets are yet.
Yeah,
we haven't
back
seen
up,
Jets
too.
or Bills yet.
Aaron
so.
Rodgers owns Dallas though.
Yeah. No, last year they beat
He's
us
in their head.
with the Packers, and that wasn't a good team.
It's the game where Dak or who's 88? But Des Bryant, the game where he really scores a touchdown, and
Yeah.
they call it against them. Were they playing Green
No,
Bay
it's
in
Detroit.
that game?
I think it's Detroit. That game was Detroit. Or was it Green
No,
Bay?
that was Green
I think it was
Bay.
Was it
Green
Green
Bay.
Bay?
Yeah,
That was
so
Green
maybe
Bay.
the
Maybe
ghost
it was.
of Aaron Rodgers
the
show
ghost
up.
of
Yeah, the catch that wasn't a catch.
I don't know. I honestly think like I tend to pick teams that have been together longer, and the Cowboys, like there's a lot of players on that team to have
been there for a
team
while.
chemistry, so the Jets are kind of new and coming
Who's
together.
calling the defense over there?
Dan Quinn, old Atlanta coach.
Yeah.
And he could have went. He had offers. Everyone that was talking about in the game, why didn't Dan Quinn take it? Because this is what he wanted. He built this defense.
Yeah.
And he wants to see this defense get a Super Bowl, I think.
Yo, you better hope that Dan Quinn is not on your team if you're on the Super Bowl.
Why you say that?
Dan
Is he
Quinn
the one that
was
called
the
that?
defensive coordinator for Seattle when the Patriots got him,
And then
he went and
Atlanta.
become the Atlanta coach,
And he screwed them
and they
too.
blew that up. Like that's bad news for
So you
Cowboys fans.
think it's bad? He's gonna get all the way to the
He's got-
Super Bowl
No, he's got more talent on this team than
and
Yeah.
make that
maybe not
controversial
Seattle.
call.
Maybe not Seattle, and he didn't make the offensive call not to run, not the goal line.
So you better hope McCarthy decides to step in and veto whatever Dan Quinn says when it push comes to shove. But go ahead. Who the Patties? We ain't gonna do the
That's
Patties.
next. It's next on the list. It's the Monday.
We
Sunday
gotta
night
do
game.
the Patties
Oh
for the
my God,
locals.
dude. The Patriots are gonna get swept in the division. I feel like
You think so? Who they got
they're
this
playing
week?
the Dolphins. They're
Dolphins.
gonna get smoked.
I don't know. Was Philly that bad yesterday, or is the Patriots that good?
I don't know. I just don't.
They're gonna split with Miami. You agree or disagree?
I disagree.
If
Do
two,
you think that Miami's gonna sweep them?
if they can beat them this week, then the Patriots never do well down in
Yeah,
Miami.
they
We're at
they
New
always
England.
blow that game at the end of the year in Miami.
I'm saying they're gonna split
Well,
with Miami.
was this a game they're going? I don't know, because Tua is healthy. I'm going with Dolphins this week.
You got Mac Jones playing with Tom Brady's receivers from like 2008. Remember when the Patriots didn't have any receivers, and you're like,
You're
how is
taking
Tom
Miami?
Brady doing this?
Yeah.
I'm taking Miami too.
I'm gonna take Patties.
All right.
I'm gonna take the Patties because of.
He's just trying to curry favor with all the locals.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. They didn't look. They didn't look bad yesterday to me.
Did you see that Miami offense? Tyreek, all right, you better hope it, because Tyreek ain't going to do well in fantasy for you.
Patriots defense has always kind of been still kind of legit.
I mean,
don't know.
they do have the guys to maybe give Tua another
And
bell
I'm
ringing.
going
So
to say this: Patriots. I'm an Eagles guy. Patriots should have. They should have and could have won that game yesterday.
it's the story of Mac Jones.
That was the magic of Tom Brady. He's not going to be there. It was Tom Brady day yesterday.
I think the Patriots could win that game. I think they're gonna win. But What else y'all got, man? You want to do another game or?
Whoever gave Tom Brady that silly jersey T-shirt to wear. Is that what happens when Giselle's out the door? You don't get good fashion advice anymore?
No, you looked all right.
That shirt looks silly.
Right. Nah.
That shirt looks silly.
No, what do you want him to wear?
You bought that shirt in the blouses section.
What do you want him to wear?
Blouses.
If I can get that girl he has, his new girlfriend, I'll wear a blouse too.
There you go.
I'll wear fluffy shirts.
You wear the pirate shirt, bro?
Pirate
You all puffed up?
From Seinfeld. I wear that. I don't care if they gives me that girl.
Yo, I'm a sidebar. Do you think that I don't know who I was saying this to. Do you think if Brady ran for governor, would he win in Massachusetts?
I don't know.
I think he'd win by
Didn't he used to have like a Trump hat in his locker back in the day? He's got to run in like a red state or something.
No, I think he would win. If
I
he
don't
ever
know.
decided, I'm going to say this, and I'm off base. If he got into politics, he'd smoke whoever he ran against.
I think, if Tommy Tuberville could, if Herschel Walker almost became a senator.
That's what I'm saying.
For God's sakes.
I'm saying, here's the other thing, too. People that have never voted before in their lives would be registering to vote.
Oh, my God. The whole line would be the red 12 jerseys. The whole out around the corner.
We have a line of pink hats going around the polling place.
You better. I hope he doesn't go with that. If he goes,
he's a California kid, though, right? Why wouldn't he go from where he's from?
I'm saying
he's more popular here. Though.
I'm saying here definitely he would win by a landslide. He can go anywhere.
I don't know.
And
he's intelligent. Like he's an intelligent person.
Idiot.
I think there's too much like bureaucracy and like people that have been around too long to what I mean? I feel like he'd get like bullied out.
B won't let him.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if everything was on the up and up and he was able to put his name on the ballot, I think he'd win. He'd win. He's that guy. He's what Russell Wilson's trying to be. And the coach is like, don't do that. I think Brady's that guy.
I don't know. I think it's a bad move.
No, I'm not,
we're already letting people with zero brain power run the country, and we're going to let NFL players with CTE take the reins over. That's terrible.
I think he could run for office and win.
He might pass.
Now, whatever his politics are and his policies, I don't know what that would be, but I think Tom Brady, who he is, did you see that yesterday?
I think he's like fired up being like an owner with the Raiders and stuff, you know?
I heard his speech.
Oh, I didn't even hear the speech yet.
And they were like,
yeah.
I was like, wait, he ain't saying nothing.
He did give a good speech yesterday.
I was like, he's not saying nothing too crazy.
You know who the guy Gary V is?
No.
He's like, he's always like trying to teach you how to hustle and stuff, but he's like a long-suffering Jets fan, right? And he made this thing. They're talking to him on this other sports podcast, and he's like, what if you grew up a Patriots fan? He's like, I thank God that I didn't grow up a Patriots fan. He's like, because everybody there thinks that they did it too, and he's like, you didn't do anything, and everybody cheering up at that speech yesterday. You're just a bunch of do-nothings. Yeah, you know what I mean?
But what's wrong with that culture?
I don't know. You're a bunch of do-nothings. You're not gonna go vote. You know?
I give you that. And on that note, until next time, people.
Like, share, and subscribe.
He got it. What my man P said, my man Ryan, tell Kenny, I said, go looking out, man.
Yeah,
really
for sure.
Appreciate you. Comeback Kings, episode 34 in the books. Walter Payton, baby. Peace.